What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Horror Master. Now today we're going to talk about some of the horror icons of my time. Now, perfectly, my top 3 horror icons is the guys that you're looking at right now in the picture: Michael Myers, Jason, and Freddy. Also, no, I'm a big fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. I think they were really good, especially the original one in the 70s. But comment in the section below. Tell me what's your favorite Halloween, Friday the 13th, or Nightmare on Elm Street. Me, my favorite horror icon of all time is Michael Myers. He changed the game for me. You know, even I'm still young, but the first Halloween I ever seen when I was 6 years old was this right here. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. I had nightmares for a year after watching this. And we all know it's a new Halloween coming in theaters October the 19th. Executive producer John Carpenter, Blumhouse. So go check it out, guys. The trailer is real nice. It's real nice. So they going back to the essence of the original 78 film, which is this right here, Halloween. This is the 35-year anniversary edition on Blu-ray. It is awesome. No, it comes with a book. It tell you about the franchise, the iconic, like, Jamie Lee Curtis, John Carpenter, Deborah Hill, and the whole cast and film. This budget of this movie back in 78 was $320,000. All the major film companies, Paramount and everything, they turned them down. They like, oh, why are you making a movie about a mass killer stalking teenagers? Everybody thought the idea was dumb when John Carpenter presented it to the major film companies. And once this movie came out in 78, it blew up. It grossed over 90 million in the US alone. 90 million. That's the biggest grossing movie of all time. And the budget was only $320,000. Then, once all the major companies, Paramount, New Line Cinema, and everything, they seen the success of Halloween, that's when they came out with this, Friday the 13th, in 1980. 1980, Friday the 13th. Jason wasn't in the first one. It was actually his mom that was doing the killing, but Jason made it appear at the end of the movie. But no, that's when they came out with movies like this. They came out with the Nightmare on Elm Street, I won't say copycats, but yeah, copycats. So to me, this movie will always hold a special place in my heart because this is the guy who started it all. And people that's big horror maniac, horror fans like me, we all know, if it wasn't for Michael Myers, there would not be no Jason. There would not be no Freddy Krueger. We all know that. So Michael Myers, he paved the way for all the horror movies out here now. Like, I have them all. As you can see, my collection, this is not even half of my collection. My collection is insane. It's like, yeah, I have the Screams. I have the Chuckies. I have the movies like People Under the Stairs, all the Return of the Living Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Hellraisers. Who remember Phantasms? I have the Phantasm series. I'm a big fan of Jeepers Creepers. I really didn't care what they did to the latest one, Jeepers Creepers 3, which I'm about to pull out and show you guys right here. Jeepers Creepers 3. I wasn't really a big fan of it. I think they could have did better. The production could have been better. The writing could have also been better. It's like, I think they kind of rushed it. I guess because the fans was rushing it for so long. It took it took them almost like 10 years to do a third film. Higgle Jeepers Creepers 2. This is my daughter's favorite one. My favorite one is the original one, part one. Part one came out in what, 2000, 2001. I was like, what, 8th grade, 9th grade. It was something new. It was very refreshing. You know, Jeepers Creepers had the potential to be a horror icon with the OGs right here. Michael Myers, Jason, and Freddy. It had the potential, but I think the writers, they didn't put enough into the franchise. That's my personal opinion. I think Jeepers Creepers 1 was awesome. The first one was awesome. Part 2 was okay. It was okay. But Part 3 was a shit show. It was just terrible. Bad CGI, everything. It was terrible. But I like, overall, as a whole, I love Jeepers Creepers. I love the movie. And I think they need to get back to the basics in the original, like they did with the first one, you know. But also, no, I'm a big fan of the Stranger Things. I got a lot. See, I got all the Screams, Saws, got the Saws. You know, my wife, she's a big fan that I Know What You Did Last Summer. I have all no, it's an okay movie. You know, got the Return of the Living Dead, it's got the Exorcist. No, this is the original. This is the original right here. The Exorcist. This movie right here, oh my goodness, scared me to death. The scene when she floated in the air off the bed, I think I was downstairs in the basement. I ran upstairs in my mom's room. Oh my goodness, it was crazy. What's another movie? The Ouija. This was a pretty okay movie right here. The Ouija, Origin of Evil. That was pretty okay. Another movie my wife, she liked this movie, You're Next. This was pretty okay. We watched a movie called, it was something like The Strangers. It's on Netflix. It's pretty okay though. But no, I'm a big horror fan. I'm a movie fanatic, period. This not even half of my movies. This not even half of them. You go downstairs in my entertainment room. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm a big fan of anime. Like, I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. You know, of course, you see the Pokemon, you know. But as far as Dragon Ball, I have it all. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. I have all the Dragon Ball Z movies. Dragon Ball GT, I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of no old classic sitcoms like Good Times, As Y'all Can See. I'm a big fan of Sanford and Son. I have every season on DVD. I have all the Martins. I'm a big fan of Martin. I have every Martin you can think of. I done bought these like 3-4 times. These actually my old ones. I actually bought the new ones recently. They're in like a different kind of case. In like a clear case. These like the old ones, so I have these all over again too. I'm a big fan of the Twilight Saga. This right here, the one I'm holding right now, is actually the New Moon, which was the second one. But I have all of them. I have all of these. Big fan of Transformers. Big fan of Transformers. You know, I'm a big fan of comedies. You know, y'all can see, you know, just everything. You can see Jeepers Creepers 1 right there. Cabin Fever. I love Insidious. I have all of them. I have all the Conjurings. You see that right there? Go part 1. That's part 2 right there. But I have all the Conjurings. I have the Annabelles. The first one. That's still in plastic. Annabelle Creation. I have all the Planet of the Apes. I have all the Wrong Turns. You know, I have a little variety of everything. Love movies, gangster movies, comedies, horror, of course. I have all the horror. You know, throwbacks, television shows. I have a little bit of everything, but this is not even half of my movie collection, guys, though. I just want to know, comment in the section below. Also, subscribe to me, Horror Master. No, I'm a big fan of horror, so if y'all like to talk about horror, I'm the guy y'all need to be watching. So we can go on for hours and hours and days talking about horror movies. There's no comment in the section below. Tell me what's some of your favorite horror movies, some of your favorite movies, period. Like, is Michael Myers, Jason, and Freddy is the top 3 horror icons of all time? To me, they are. They are the 3 best. And after you have your, you know, you have your Pennywise from It. To me, Pennywise, it was a great movie. Don't get it wrong, but it was only one movie. No, whereas though with Freddy, Jason, and Michael Myers, they had multiple movies. Look at this, as y'all can see. They had multiple movies, you know. You got the Jason Goes to Hell. You got them all, you know. They had multiple movies. So, but Pennywise, if you want to put them up there, you can put them in your top 10. You can put them in your top 10 for as horror icons. Then you got Leatherface, which had multiple movies. He's up there. He's in my top 5, actually. You got Chucky. You got Pinhead. You have, who else? Who else you got up there, guys? Help me out. Comment in the section below. Who else you think should be up there with Michael, Freddy, and Jason? Pennywise, Pinhead, Leatherface, Chucky. You could put Scream up there, because when Scream came out, I think the first Scream came out, what? That was 95? 95? By Wes Craven. It was something new. It was something new. You know, I got the Scream 4 was actually good. It was okay. Got Scream 3 right there. I got Scream 1 and 2. But Scream was something different. No, you can put Scream up there. What else? Because Freddy and Jason, they dominated the 80s, hands down. The reason why Michael Myers, he did, but not as so, because you got to think. Halloween 2 right here. This came out in 81. Then we all know Halloween 3, Michael Myers wasn't in it. They tried to go a different route and it didn't work. So they came back Halloween 4, 1988, which was a great comeback to me. Halloween 4 was a good movie. It wasn't perfect. It had its flaws, but it was a decent film. If I had to give it a 1 out of 10, I'd give it a 7.5 or 8. It was a decent film. Now, for some reason, people hate this movie, Halloween 5, 1989. This was my favorite Halloween when I was around like a teenager, early teens. This was my favorite Halloween for some reason. You couldn't tell me nothing bad about this movie. But as I got older and watched it over, they messed Halloween 5 up so bad. The mask was terrible. The concept, it was just what Jamie, she had the psychic powers. She can feel what Michael Myers doing when he killing somebody. It would affect her. All that. It was just terrible. It was trash. It was just trash. Now, 95. This was the game changer for me. Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. When he came back, now this should have been called The Return instead of Part 4, because he came back strong with this one. Michael Myers, he was just on a terror. He was terrorizing everybody. The killing and everything in this movie was amazing. It was good. Now, Halloween H2O, it was more of a money grab, you can tell, because it was really nothing. It didn't feel like a Halloween film at all. But a lot of people loved it. No, it grossed over $55 million US. It was a hit. It was a box office hit. Halloween H2O, it was a box office smash. Then, of course, they came with Resurrection. You know, a lot of people hate this film. But anything that's Michael Myers, Jason, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to support it because I'm fans of them. Then you had the Raw Zombie remakes. The first one was pretty okay. It was pretty okay. Then Part 2, he just went somewhere else with it. But now, as far as the killing in Part 2 was awesome. The killing, I love the killing. This is some of the best killing Michael Myers ever did in any Halloween ever. Besides Halloween 6, Halloween 4, and Halloween 2 in the original. This was some of the best killing ever. But I think this new one that's coming out October the 18th got the potential of being probably one of the best Halloweens ever. Could be potentially top 1 or 2 or 3. Because so far right now, of course, the original is my number 1 of all time. Of course. Now this one, I love Halloween 2. Halloween 2 is classic. It's classic. Then after that, I will go with Halloween 6. This is my number 3. Then I will put Halloween 4. It's my number 4 best Michael Myers film. Then I will go with Decisions. What y'all think? What y'all think is the 5th best Halloween? Between the ones we have left right here. Between Halloween 5, 7, 8, and the 2 Rob Zombie remakes, I will probably say H2O. Gotta put H2O as 5. Then I will probably have to put Halloween 5. Then Rob Zombie remake. Then H2. Then I think Resurrection will probably be last. Now that's just my order of my Halloween. That's Halloween 1, 2, Halloween 6, Halloween 4, Halloween 7, Halloween 5, the remake, part 2 of the remake, and Halloween Resurrection, which is labeled as part 8, the last. Now, we gonna rate my Jason movies of all time. We gonna do Jason now. All right, let's line up the Jasons. We gonna put Freddy to the side right now. We got all the Jasons lined up right now, from part 1 all the way into Jason Goes to Hell. I had Freddy versus Jason and Jason X, but I didn't want to include them right now. Now, my favorite Jason personally of all time is part 4, the final chapter, part 4. That movie was incredible. Part 4, that's my favorite. Next, I would have to go with Friday the 13th, part 2. Then part 1. Then part 3. So y'all got it, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going over to the later ones, in the later mid-90s, late 90s. I had to go with I love part 7, New Blood. That's next. Then I say Jason Lives. Oh, damn. It's a toss-up because he wasn't in part 5, The New Beginning. Jason was not in there. It was a copycat. It was a ambulance guy. He was going around dressing up like Jason and killing people. So Jason wasn't actually in there. He didn't really return into part 6, Jason Lives. Now, a lot of people like Jason Manhattan, but it didn't feel like a Friday the 13th film because he was in a city. He was in New York. You know, we know Jason for killing people at the camp. You know, coming in your tent, the woods at night, banging you against a tree, not chasing people in the city. No, that's Michael Myers didn't even do that. No, Michael Myers in your little small little town, but not in the bright lights in a city. So they kind of threw me off with it, but it was the killing wise was decent. Now Jason Goes to Hell. I don't know what they was thinking. I don't know what New Line Cinema was thinking when they came up with this back in 90. What, that was 93 when they came up with this. Was this 93? Something like that, guys. But I don't know what they was thinking, but it was okay. This is my least favorite of all time. Now, the best part of Jason Goes to Hell is the end, because the mask was dope, and you seen the long gray hair of Jason. It made him look like he aged. He was real old. I liked it that. It was like he had some wear and tear on his body, which started in part 6 when he got drowned by Tommy in part 6. That's when you can start seeing the wear and tear. You can start seeing his spinal cord. You can see the skeleton, his teeth on the side of his face, on his mask crack. That makeup was dope. Cause then you really seen it in part 7, the New Blood. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. So the makeup design they did with Jason at the part 6 was incredible. But guys, that's my list right now. Let's see if we can get this video at 10,000 likes. Subscribe to my channel, Horror Master. Comment in the section below what's your top 10 horror icons of all time, or give me a top 5. Give me a top 5. Give me a top 5, and just let me know in the comment section below. Peace. Signing out. Have a great day.